Hi everybody! You are watching this video because you are ready to try out the Long Road Challenge. I want you to remember that another way to make your drawings look more 3D is to show things getting smaller in the distance. When things are really far away from us, they look like they get smaller. I want you to either follow the steps in one of these pictures here on slide number 4, or of course you can follow along with the steps in this video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try this mountain picture today with a long road that looks like it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller off into the distance. And these trees on the side that also look like they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller as they head off to the distance. I'm gonna try to make my own version of this. I'm going to choose to use Brush Ninja today, but you can also choose to use paper and pencil. The steps would be the same. So I'm going to head over to Brush Ninja. And I think I'm going to have to get really good at switching back and forth between Brush Ninja and the picture that I'm working off of. So I notice that step 1 looks like it's simply a horizontal line, a little bit below halfway on my paper. So here I go. I'm gonna use like kind of a skinny black line for this. Got tools at the top I can switch between, and I know this is going to give me a nice straight line. I'm going to move that up just a little bit. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Back to my line tool. All right. Now what happens in the second step here? It looks like almost this triangle shape is created for the road. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now. I'm going to grab my brush and I'm going to let my road start off kind of skinny and small, and it's going to come out larger and larger as it's getting closer to me in my picture space. And I think that looks pretty good. Let me go check my work. Not so bad. What happens in the next step? It looks like they're adding a line down the center of the road, and then they're adding some trees in the couple steps after that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a line down the center of my road. Even the line itself is going to get slightly wider, slightly bigger as it gets closer to me. And I think I'm going to use some of the fancy shapes that I know I have up here to help me with this next part. Here's a tree. I'm going to put green on my pencil and green in my bucket here. And I'm going to give myself a nice big tree on both sides. I'm going to give myself a slightly smaller tree next, because that tree is farther away from me, so it's going to look smaller. It's not really going to shrink. It just looks small because it's far away. And even smaller still as I get closer and closer to my background space. Maybe some triangles for some mountains. And I want to show you something a little fun here. I know that it's my mountain's on top of my trees, but what I can do is go to my arrow tool and I can actually reorder my pieces. So if I say send to the back, I gotta select something, send to the back, it's going to put that mountain behind my trees. Let me do that again. Shape tool, triangle, draw a mountain. It's in front of my trees right now. I don't like that. Back to my arrow tool, click, and send to the back. All right. So I am starting to make a pretty good little picture here. I'm going to continue working. I'm going to continue filling in my shapes with color. I'm going to continue adding details until I have made my best drawing that I could possibly make using this technique of letting things get smaller as they get far away from us. All right, go ahead and have some fun. Add tons of details, fill up the whole space with color, and let me know if you're having any trouble.